I wanted to come on and wish Omi and the Hellcat the best of luck going forward. If y'all don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber who primarily talks about cars. He's really an entrepreneur because he's bigger than the car game. He's a Dominican guy, but he's definitely black. He's black. But it may be shocking. Like I'm not a car guy. I'm not a truck guy either. I like motorcycles, four wheelers, and e-bikes. That's my speed. Okay, the motorcycle driving by all black with the black visor, motorcycle helmet. That's me. Okay, but so I watch Omi for sort of what he says more than the content that he shows, and what he Omi and the Hellcat will be facing. He was sentenced like the other week. He was sentenced to maybe 5 to 7 years in prison. You can go on his YouTube channel. This is why I wanted to come on and talk about this, because his last two videos are definitely worth watching. You get to see him try to he turned himself in so far. But what you see in Omi is a guy who was caught up in a piracy scheme. He created a streaming software. I believe it was called like Grinders TV, where ultimately what he was doing was stealing from the rich, okay, as cable companies, and he was offering it channels and services through his platform, maybe through things like Fire Sticks and things like that. And I have an Apple TV. The Apple TV is definitely better than the Fire Stick, hands down. But Omi in the Hell, and it's worth the money. But Omi in the Hellcat got caught up in that. Again, it's like a $30 million lawsuit. You guys can research it on your own. But when you think about piracy, as Omi mentioned in the video before last that came out on his channel, because his girl Mimi will be taking over his channel, Omi talked about how the former president signed a bill. It was inside of the coronavirus package. It built more of a litigation process to this piracy charge that has been around for many years, but it seemingly was never being enforced, not to the level like it is today. And piracy, like, this is something that was like, especially growing up in the early 2000s, piracy, there used to be this is why I don't like paying for music, and I have YouTube Premium, because you get a 2-for-1 deal. You get YouTube and you get YouTube Music. But piracy, in the early 2000s, there was this free music software called LimeWire. And what, gotta watch what I say, because the police, they all on this. But there is no proof. But what used to happen on LimeWire is like growing up, me and somebody else, we had a business going on where we would go to Walmart and buy blank CDs. Walmart used to sell blank CDs, like 70 a copy, 70 in a whole like clear disc form. We would take it home, go on the LimeWire software, drag and drop music. The operation got so big with me and this other person that when we would go out to eat with our grandmother, people would be asking, "Hey, I heard y'all be making CDs. Like, I need one." Smokey Robinson, Bobby Blue Bland. We would tell them to write it down, and we gonna get the music, drag it on the CD, and flip them. So I was one of these guys who, before the music labels, but before DMCA, we had a little motion going on. Definitely. Again, I was young though. Like, that was definitely around, because she was in high school. I was in, I want to say maybe like elementary, maybe closer to like middle, but around 5th or 6th grade. Like, it's been me for a long time. So that's why I say it is not, if I come off cocky, it is what it is. But LimeWire, imagine if piracy, to the scheme that Omi and Hellcat is going to jail for, imagine if LimeWire would have got people like me jammed up, or that was almost a black crime bill when you think about LimeWire, the free music software. So to see Omi go to jail for this piracy scheme, again, taking from cable companies, developing his own software, is it a blue collar crime? I guess that's what they would call it. Omi is in the state of New Jersey. He has a warehouse, he has a mansion up there and things like that. But seeing him go to jail for this, it was definitely eye-opening, and that's why I want to come on and talk about it, because what he again, he's facing 5 to 7 years. But if you get in there, you know what to do. You go in there, throw on a smile like everybody else do. Go in, throw on a smile, try to get you a job at the cafeteria, sweep up, and you'll be home in around 2 years, maybe a year and a half of good time. Don't get extorted. Tell him you broke. That's why you got caught up in his scheme. You know how to play this game, homie. Okay. And when you go in there, try to learn from these other guys, because not criminal is what I'm saying, but try to learn from them from a mindset perspective. How, because they're probably not going to put Omi around the what they call the gorillas and all that, because the gorillas are violent people. So the non-violent people is where Omi would probably be housed at. Go in there and try to figure out, just pick their brains. You can learn something from anybody. Like, I was talking to this guy the other day who worked for environmental service. Environmental services mean you're a janitor, but I know it sounds good to say environmental services, right? But environmental services, like, it don't matter who the person is. So Omi, when you go back in there, well, he was already in jail, but he's back there now. And I think that in his video he mentioned that he was going to go back there and lose weight. He is kind of a big guy. That's a good thing. I'm big on especially public health. We see this trend going around with people, body positivity and all that kind of stuff. It's not healthy, okay? And we understand that some people are just built that way. I salute Man kept on forgetting the lipo. It's perfectly fine for a girl to get a BBL, but he can't go get a lipo. And he built like the Hulk. You have to still work out when you get these procedures. So it's just, but people on the internet, they just don't understand that. But Omi will be going he's in jail right now, so again, hopefully he gets closer to Allah, or whatever religion he finds suit, because maybe he's already religious. Again, he's Dominican. I believe his parents were immigrants, but he's the one that, and this is why I respect him, because I identify with him so much. Not my parents are immigrants. Obviously I'm black. Omi is Dominican, but at the same time we definitely have like the same skin tone. He's brown skin like I am. But I think he's Dominican now. But again, he's Dominican. I'm saying it. But again, if he's not, correct me on the replay or in the comments. It's really crazy again that he has to, go and lay down. And he mentioned that the judge told him that life is not all about jewelry and cars. He's 100% correct. You don't have to wear these big old chains around your neck. Johnny Dang should be arrested. I mean, he just robbing y'all broad daylight, and y'all letting it happen. You keep buying, especially Sauce Walker. Like, I seen that video going around. You just buying 50,000. You just, okay, like, you're being robbed in broad daylight. And Johnny Dang, I think, is a criminal. And it's really a shame. It wouldn't happen to me. I wouldn't let him do that to me personally. But Omi, all these chains and rings and Hellcats and Scat Packs, life is so much bigger than that. Really, the Hellcat and Scat Pack is really a car. Well, they're going to say this is stereotyping, but no, the police are looking at those because they always come up missing. They always caught up in some shooting. So again, that's why I say I'm a motorcycle guy. I like small cars, two cars that are low to the ground. Again, motorcycles, four-wheelers, e-bikes. Teslas are, I haven't rode in one, but I like the way that they're built from a frame perspective. But I don't want to say like a Ford Focus, because I wouldn't really get that. But again, I like small cars. So again, all this other stuff that you were worried about trying to keep up with, and this is why maybe this time in jail will be good for you. But I just want you, Omi, to hold it down while you're in jail. His girl, hold it down, Mimi. Because what a lot of girls do when they do go to jail is they flip, and it's something you will never know, Omi, because you're back behind the walls and your girl is out here just giving it up. Okay, and it's already females out here selling it, but I ain't gonna really get into that on camera. So what you should do, what she should do, hopefully, is keep her head on straight, wait for you to come home. Omi missing that he has kids as well, so I think that he told this to the judge when he was giving his time that he was going to serve. This whole situation is crazy, because again, going back to what I was saying about LimeWire, imagine all the people that would have been in jail, and not to mention like the MP3 era where SanDisk and all these other companies, RCA, would sell MP3 players that you could just plug into the computer via the USB port, drag and drop. So it's crazy seeing Omi actually go to jail for piracy, what a lot of people were doing when I was growing up. So again, Omi, when he gets out, I think he'll be bigger than ever. Cause he's really bigger than cars. He's an entrepreneur. He's selling clothes. He's making. He's on YouTube. He's going to hit almost. I think it's approaching 1 million subs. He's over 800K for sure. Last time I checked. Again, I watch him regularly, so I already kind of know. This is why I know exactly what I'm talking about here. So on me, hold it down, go back there. They don't make prisoners do anything anyway. So again, go back there and just lay down. You just laying down, because they used to make people back behind the walls go pick up trash outside. None of that happening anymore. So yeah, that's why people say just go lay down for a little minute. It ain't nothing. So and again, on me, you're famous. So when you get back there, they probably know who you are. They're probably not going to lay a finger on you. You depending on how this prison is ran, you'll be with the blacks. So you just have to play the race politics. All you got to do is just try to get home. That's the main thing. Get home, and don't get violated. Because I've been seeing a lot of trends going on the internet where people in prison get violated badly. And I'm not even going to really get into all that. Violated like in the worst way. So yeah, again, man, LimeWire. Just thinking about, and that's a problem with a lot of people on the internet. They don't show. They act like they're so virtuous. They never went to the grocery store and forgot their license. They never drove around with an expired insurance card. So I really like when people like on me come on and just say, hey, like, this is what happened. This is why I'm going to be going away for a minute. Because at first when the whole allegations popped up around on me, he kind of like blew it off like, oh, it ain't nothing. But turns out it is something. So it's really crazy overall to see this, but I understand that he has accepted his wrongdoings, so he will be going to jail. Well, he's already in jail right now, but overall, hold it down. I know a lot of people in society don't have sympathy for. I guess they would deem Omi now a criminal, but I don't really see it as much of a criminal act in terms of that, because I kind of growing up the way I did, I certainly understand where Omi is coming from in terms of him just slipping up. And once you get caught up in the system, it's hard to get out. It really is hard to get out once you get caught up in that system. So yeah, this video, this live, I want to come on again and talk about that. But my last video on the channel was me talking about moving on. But I'm probably not gonna move on, because I have been getting into like the horoscope stuff, and I really am a Cancer. If I put out a lot of energy and it's not being reciprocated, I'm gone. I'm moving on. But it's always something about history. It's always something about politics that's always intrigued me growing up. I dropped that video how I was introduced to it. You should go check it out. I'm really connecting the dots on my channel, but on a lot of different videos. But it should be the video. I gotta film it though. I'm thinking about filming one about we're gonna have something huge with affirmative action breakout really soon. And this goes back to all the way Lyndon B. Johnson, when he said that he was gonna have black people voting Democrat for the next 200 years, etc. So again, the main topic of this whole live was to come on and talk about Omi in the Hellcat, the YouTuber. But again, I think he's an entrepreneur. He's bigger than YouTube. And this little time in jail, again, just lay down. That's what they say, right? Just lay down, and you'll be out again in about 1 to 2 years, especially depending on how the state of New Jersey is goes by their prison sentencing. Maybe it's 80%, 70% of the time served. But yeah, I think that you guys should go check out this channel, Omi in the Hellcat. Again, he is in jail right now. He turned himself in the other day. I watched his last 2 videos on it on his channel, and it's just crazy seeing that. So